Have you ever noticed how a man's body tells on him before his words ever do? You don't even need to ask how he's feeling. Just look at the way he sits. When a man is guarded, when he's unsure, when he's not fully present, you'll see it in his posture. His arms are crossed, his shoulders tight, his legs closed in, almost like he's keeping his world locked up. But when a man feels something different, when he feels relaxed, safe, turned on by the energy around him, you see the shift instantly. He spreads out, his legs open, his body takes up more space. His chest is exposed. It's not just a physical move, it's a subconscious signal, oh, I'm comfortable, I'm letting you in. And here's the thing, men don't do this for everyone. A man won't open his body or his heart just because someone is sitting across from him. No, he does it when he feels a special kind of connection, when the woman in front of him awakens something inside him. Think about it. There are women who can walk into a room and a man who is sitting stiff and guarded suddenly leans back, spreads his legs and relaxes like he owns the place. Why? Because her energy, her presence, the way she interacts with him, it unlocks him. It makes him want to show up, take up space, and offer his openness. So the real question isn't why do men spread their legs? The real question is, what is she doing that makes him feel safe, admired, and drawn in enough to do it? And that's what we're about to explore, the 5 powerful things women do that make men open up physically, emotionally, and intimately. If you really want to understand what makes a man open himself up, not just physically, but emotionally, you have to start with one thing: safety. I don't mean safety in the way we usually think of it, like protecting him from danger. I'm talking about emotional safety, the kind of atmosphere that makes a man feel like he can take off the armor he's been carrying all day and finally breathe. Most men live in a world where they're constantly expected to perform, to hold it together, to never show weakness. They're told to be strong, to be providers, to be tough. And while that may look admirable on the outside, on the inside it's exhausting. He's tired of holding up that weight, but he won't put it down unless he feels he won't be judged for doing so. This is where a woman's magic comes in. When you create emotional safety, you give him something he rarely gets: permission to be fully himself. And here's the secret: when a man feels safe, his whole body language changes. He'll lean back instead of sitting stiff. His shoulders loosen, his breathing slows, and yes, his legs open as if to say, oh, I'm here, I trust you, I don't need to protect myself right now. It's not about the physical act alone, it's a reflection of the internal shift happening inside him. So how do you create this safety? It's not about saying, don't worry, you're safe here. It's about showing him through your actions and energy. When he shares something vulnerable, you don't laugh at it. You don't dismiss it. You don't compare it to your own story. You receive it. You let him know that his feelings are valid, that his imperfections don't make him less attractive, more real, more human, more magnetic. Think about the difference between someone who listens just to reply and someone who listens to understand. Men notice that difference. When he's telling you about a stressful day at work and you don't immediately jump in with advice or criticism, but instead give him space to unload and simply say, that must have been hard, it shifts everything. Suddenly he feels like he can exhale. He feels like he's not alone in the fight anymore. That small act of understanding can change the way he sees you. It makes you the person he associates with comfort, with relief, with peace. And that is powerful. Men won't tell you this, but many of them are starved for that kind of acceptance. They can be surrounded by friends, colleagues, even family, but still feel like no one truly sees them. When you become the person who does, it's like giving water to someone who's been thirsty for years. He won't just open up his body posture around you, he'll open up his soul. And here's the beautiful part: it doesn't require you to be perfect or to solve his problems. It just requires presence, warmth, and a non-judgmental attitude. You become the safe space he didn't even realize he was searching for. And once he feels it, he won't want to let it go, because safety to a man isn't boring. It's intoxicating. It's what allows him to step into his most confident, relaxed, masculine self. And the more he feels that with you, the more he naturally expands both in his body and in his connection to you. This is why men spread their legs open for women who create emotional safety. It's not arrogance. It's not just body language. It's trust made visible. It's him saying without words, I'm home. If emotional safety is what makes a man exhale, then playful feminine energy is what makes him light up. There's something irresistible about a woman who knows how to be playful. It's not about cracking jokes every 2 minutes or acting silly. It's about bringing a lightness, a warmth, an ease into the space you share. Men are so used to life being serious, deadlines, responsibilities, expectations, that when they meet a woman who has that spark of playful energy, it feels like oxygen rushing into their lungs. They can't help but respond to it. Think about it: when someone is playful, they give you permission to drop the heaviness of the day. They invite you into the present moment. And when a man feels that invitation, he doesn't just smile with his face, his entire body responds. You'll see him relax, lean in, spread out, and show you more of his authentic self. His body language mirrors the comfort and attraction he feels toward the energy you're radiating. Playful feminine energy isn't about trying too hard. It's in the subtle things, the teasing comment that makes him laugh, the mischievous smile that keeps him guessing, the way you can find joy in small moments. It's being lighthearted in how you connect while still being genuine. When you bring that kind of energy, you awaken his boyish side, the part of him that wants to flirt, chase, laugh, and have fun. And believe me, men crave that because it balances out the weight they carry every day. One of the most magnetic parts of playful energy is that it's unpredictable in the best way. It keeps a man on his toes. He doesn't know if you're about to tease him, challenge him, or compliment him, and that unpredictability is intoxicating. It makes the interaction feel alive. Instead of overthinking what he should say next, he's swept up in the flow with you. And when a man is in that flow, his guard drops naturally. His posture opens because his mind is no longer defensive. It's engaged, excited, and curious about you. Playful energy also sends a powerful message. I don't need to control this moment. I'm enjoying it. That's attractive because it shows confidence. A woman who can laugh, play, and enjoy herself without trying to script every move communicates that she trusts herself. And that trust makes a man want to lean in and trust her too. And let's not overlook this. Playful feminine energy has a sensual side as well. It's not overt, but it's in the little things. The way you hold eye contact a moment too long after a cheeky comment. The way your tone dips into something softer when you tease him. The way your smile lingers when he least expects it. Those playful cues trigger something primal in a man. He feels desired, but also challenged in the most exciting way. His body reacts before his mind can catch up. He shifts closer, he spreads out. He wants to claim more space around you because your energy makes him feel alive in his masculinity. Men don't just want deep conversations, they want lightness, fun, and chemistry that feels natural. And the truth is, when you bring that kind of playful feminine energy into an interaction, you become unforgettable. You're not just another serious voice in the noise of his day, you're the spark that lifted him out of it. And that spark is what makes him open, not just his posture, but his desire to keep coming back for more. So when you notice a man spreading his legs open in your presence, don't just see it as casual comfort. It's his body's way of saying, this energy is irresistible. I want to be here. I want more of this. There's something every man craves but rarely admits out loud: admiration. Not the shallow kind, not the empty, you look nice today, so flattery, but genuine admiration, the kind that makes him feel seen and respected for who he is at his core. When a woman taps into this, it does something powerful. It doesn't just make a man smile politely and say thank you. It makes him relax, open up, and show more of himself. His body language shifts, and suddenly he's spreading out, taking up space because he feels valued, desired, and celebrated in your presence. Most men go through life being recognized for what they do, not who they are. They're praised for their achievements, their money, their status, or even their physical strength. But beneath all that, what they secretly long for is to be admired for their essence, for their courage, their effort, their heart, their character. When you give a man that kind of admiration, it hits him on a level that most people never touch. Imagine a man who's been grinding at work all week, feeling unseen and underappreciated. Then he sits across from a woman who doesn't just ask, "How was your day?" but really listens to his answer. She notices the passion in his voice when he talks about something he cares about. She tells him, "I love the way you light up when you talk about your goals," or "I admire how dedicated you are. I don't think many people could do what you do." In that moment, she's not just complimenting him, she's validating his deeper identity, and his whole body reacts. He straightens up, but he also relaxes because he feels accepted. His legs might stretch wider, his chest open, his shoulders drop. That's his subconscious saying, "Here, I can just be. I don't have to prove anything." Admiration works because it creates polarity. It allows him to step more fully into his masculine energy when he feels you truly see him as a man worth respecting. And when he senses that, he naturally wants to open more of himself to you. His time, his attention, his affection. Now, genuine admiration isn't about overpraising or putting him on a pedestal. That can feel fake or manipulative, and men pick up on that quickly. The key word here is genuine. It's about being present enough to notice the little things others miss. It could be the way he treats people with kindness, the way he keeps going even when it's hard, or even the way he makes you laugh. When you reflect those things back to him, you're saying, "I see you and I value you." There's also a subtle sensual power in admiration. When you admire a man, not only does he feel respected, but he also feels desired. Men want to be respected in the world and desired by the woman they're with. When you combine the two, admiration and attraction, you create a kind of alchemy that makes him want to lean in further. His body language follows suit. He spreads out, not in arrogance, but in comfort, pride, and a subconscious invitation for you to come closer. Think about the last time someone genuinely admired you, not just for what you did, but for who you are. Didn't it make you want to open up more? Didn't it make you feel safe to share even more of yourself? That's the exact effect admiration has on men. It's not about stroking their ego, it's about connecting to their soul. So when a man spreads his legs open around you, sometimes it's more than comfort. It's his body reflecting the deep sense of being seen, admired, and valued in a way he rarely experiences. And once he feels that, trust me, he won't want to close himself off again. Confidence is one of the most magnetic qualities a woman can bring into any interaction. And when you layer that confidence with just the right amount of sensuality, it becomes irresistible. Men are instinctively drawn to women who radiate an energy that says, I know who I am, I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I don't need to prove it. That sensual confidence, it's not about being flashy or overly provocative. It's subtle, understated, but deeply powerful. And when a man feels it, it changes the way he responds to you, not only in how he looks at you, but in how his body language unfolds around you. See, most people mistake sensual confidence for appearance. They think it's about looking perfect or fitting some societal standard, but true sensual confidence comes from how you carry yourself. It's in your posture, your tone of voice, the way you hold eye contact just a beat longer than expected. It's in the way you can walk into a room without needing validation, because your energy speaks louder than any words ever could. Kind of presence is intoxicating. Men are highly responsive to signals of feminine confidence because it gives them permission to relax into their masculinity. When you stand firm in who you are, you're essentially saying, I don't need you to make me whole, but I'd love to share myself with you. That balance is irresistible. It's freedom with attraction mixed in. It draws him toward you without him even realizing why. Now, let's talk about sensuality. Sensual confidence isn't about being overtly sexual. It's about being tuned into your senses, your body, your energy. It's in the softness of your touch on his arm during conversation, in the deliberate way you smile before saying something playful, in the calmness of your breathing when you're close to him. These subtle cues create an atmosphere that pulls him in. His body responds instinctively. His chest opens, his legs spread. His posture becomes relaxed yet alert because he's subconsciously mirroring the openness you project. One of the most compelling parts of sensual confidence is how understated it is. It doesn't scream for attention, it whispers, and that whisper is far more intriguing than a shout. For example, maintaining eye contact without looking away too quickly communicates presence. Speaking with warmth and certainty instead of rushing your words tells him you're in control of your space. Even something as simple as slowing down your movements, whether it's taking a sip of your drink, brushing your hair back, or leaning in slightly, sends a powerful signal that you're not only comfortable, but also connected to the moment. And here's where it gets even deeper. When a man encounters a woman who radiates sensual confidence, he doesn't just feel attracted, he feels challenged, not in a combative way, but in a way that excites him. He wants to rise to meet that energy. He wants to open himself up physically and emotionally to match the level of presence you're bringing. That's why you'll often see men adopting a more expansive posture, spreading their legs, leaning back, taking up more space, because your confidence allows him to feel both relaxed and inspired. It's also worth noting that sensual confidence isn't about perfection. In fact, sometimes it's the quirks, the imperfections, the unique way you laugh, or the little habits you have that make it so genuine. Confidence is not the absence of flaws, it's the embrace of them. And when a man sees that, he realizes he can relax around you too. He doesn't have to be perfect. He can simply be himself. So when you bring sensual confidence into a connection, you're not just attracting him, you're setting the tone. You're saying, this is a space where authenticity and openness are welcomed. And when he feels that his body responds in kind, he opens up, he spreads out, he lets go of the tightness and control. Why? Because your energy gave him permission to do so. That's the secret of sensual confidence. It's not about what you wear, how you look, or how much attention you grab. It's about the quiet, undeniable power of owning your presence. And when you do, men won't just notice, they'll open themselves to you in ways you never thought possible. One of the most overlooked yet powerful ways to make a man open up, literally and figuratively, is through emotional curiosity. Most people ask questions just to pass the time. They ask, how was your day, without really caring about the answer, or they listen halfway, waiting for their turn to talk. But when you bring real curiosity into a conversation, something magical happens. You don't just hear his words, you tune into his feelings, his energy, the heartbeat behind what he's saying. And when a man feels that kind of curiosity, he doesn't just talk more, he unfolds. His body mirrors his openness. He leans back, his shoulders loosen, his legs spread comfortably, because suddenly he's not in interrogation mode, he's in connection mode. Emotional curiosity is about more than asking surface level questions. It's about peeling back the layers with genuine interest. Instead of asking, what do? You ask, what do you love most about what you do? Instead of stopping at, that must have been stressful, you gently add, what kept you going through that? Those kinds of questions don't just gather information, they show that you actually care about the experience of his life, not just the headlines. And here's the thing: men are rarely asked these kinds of questions. They're used to being asked what they provide, what they earn, what they've achieved. They're not used to someone digging deeper into their passions, their struggles, their hidden dreams. When a woman does that, it feels like discovering an oasis in the middle of a desert. He feels seen, valued, and interesting in a way he doesn't usually experience. And that feeling makes him want to keep talking, keep sharing, keep giving you access to parts of him that most people will never see. Curiosity is also disarming. Imagine a man who's been holding a strong front all day, boss at work, protector in his family, friend who always has the answers. Then he sits down with you, and instead of treating him like a role, you treat him like a person. You ask about the book that shaped him, the dream he's still secretly chasing, the lesson he learned from his past relationship. When you look at him with that kind of genuine interest, he doesn't just answer your question, he exhales. He thinks, wow, I don't have to perform here, I can just be me. And in that moment, his body responds. He relaxes, he spreads out, takes up space, and shows you more of himself because your curiosity has unlocked his comfort. The beauty of emotional curiosity is that it also creates intimacy without pressure. You're not pushing him to reveal his deepest secrets all at once. You're simply showing that you're present, engaged, and fascinated by who he is. That builds a rhythm of trust. Each time he shares something and feels your curiosity instead of judgment, he opens a little more. It's like slowly unlocking doors he didn't even realize he'd kept shut. And let's be honest, when someone is truly curious about us, it's incredibly attractive. It makes us feel alive, important, worth investing in. Men are no different. They may act strong, confident, even untouchable, but inside they crave the same thing we all do: to be seen and understood. Emotional curiosity is how you give that gift to him. So when you notice a man relaxing around you, spreading out as if the world just got lighter on his shoulders, understand this: it's not just because comfortable in his chair. It's because your curiosity created a safe, magnetic space where he could finally be himself. And once a man feels that, it's not just his body language that opens, it's his heart.